G'day everybody, Shamrock Customs here with another video, but today it's a little bit different than the other ones I've been putting out lately. Today it is very special. It is a tutorial, which has been one of the only tutorials that I've done in recent years, and it's something I'm definitely going to have to get back into because of course everyone wants to know how to make these customs, and they're very easy to do, so I hold a lot of secrets about how I do it, but I'll be sure to divulge those in the months coming. So this is the first little tutorial that I think will definitely help you a hell of a lot in your customizing process. Now, a problem that a lot of customizers had and still have, and I had definitely a problem with this in my early years of customizing, was paint. Of course you need to paint your minifigures. You know, you can't just keep them like that. Focus. Yeah, you just can't keep them like that. You know, that's boring. You need detail on it. But the question then comes in, what paint to use. I use Citadel Color, so that's a Games Workshop brand. That one. Now I know that a paint in America that's very popular is Apple Barrel, and I've had a bit of a look into it, and the colours do look really nice once they're on the figure or the headpiece or whatnot. But the problem then arises, well hang on, that's a paint that rubs off very easily because I'm almost certain it is a watercolour. Could be wrong there, but I know for a fact that it does rub off if you get it wet. So that kind of puts a bit of a dampener on the customizing thing. You know, you want to be able to grab your custom. You want to be able to actually, you know, not be scared that the paint's going to rub off. And this is actually a problem that occurs with every other sort of paint. You know, you use whatever paint you use, it's going to chip off because you're going to be, you know, touching it, you know, twisting the head around or something, moving the legs, and it's just going to chip off just through general wear and tear because the paint is on a smooth surface. It's on a smooth plastic surface. So that was a problem that I definitely encountered when I began customizing, and it was a major problem. So I tried to find a way to stop that. I looked at various other paints. I looked at acrylic paint, which doesn't actually work that well. It's hard to get a nice clear coating on it, and even then you get your sort of your ripples on it. It gets, you see the paint lines in it, so it doesn't work, and it still chips off. It's maybe a bit more durable, but it still chips off. And also I had the other problem that the paint, no matter how well you did it, you could always see those paint lines and it would just not look professional. The way that I customize is I like to bring in a certain level of realism into it. I like to make my headpieces look like they came out of a Lego set. I like to go for that Lego look. And of course there are tons of other customizers that maybe go for a little bit more detail, but I like to be a Lego purist and I love to go for that Lego classic look, which is actually a lot harder than you think. So then I came to the conclusion that, well hang on, I want to get rid of those paint streaks at the same time as protecting the paint itself. So I looked at various things. I looked at printing, and for goodness sake, I haven't got the budget to do that, so I threw that out completely at the beginning of it. But then I had an idea. Well hang on, what do artists use on their sculptures and whatnot to protect the paint? Because of course they have to do it, they have to protect the paint from the sun. And I did a bit of research and I discovered that there's a stuff called acrylic coat. And you've got two types of it. You've got a spray can aerosol version, which is terrible. It's almost like it's come out of the bowels of hell. It's just, it won't set, it will always stay tacky, so it will always be a little bit sticky, and it will discolor as time goes on. Never use that on your customs, because it is just, it's terrible. It's terrible. You'll ruin your custom with it. But if you're willing to fork out a little bit more, maybe around $20–30, and this is all you're going to need for the rest of your time customizing. I've done probably about 200 headpieces in my time, and I'm not even halfway through my batch of this yet. It's called acrylic resin coating. So it's a resin coat, so it's actually a plastic, and you buy it. It's on, glove on here because these are all sticky, and you need to be able to use gloves with it. So this is it. Let's move my camera a little bit. It is a two-part hardener, so it's a glaze, it's an art glaze. A lot of people put this on their pottery or something. And I just bought this domestically in New Zealand. You can buy this on eBay, you can buy this probably in craft stores. So what you do with it is it's the same way as making a plastic. You take equal parts of these two things and you mix them together. Once you mix them together, only in small amounts because you're not going to need much, this goes such a long way. Then you just coat it on your custom. You let that dry for 48 hours, and then what you're left with is a plastic coat on your custom. So it not only does it give that a beautiful shiny appearance that enhances plastic's already shininess, but it protects your paint. So if I move that forward again, and I grab one of my customs that I've done it with, you can see how shiny that is. And this paint, it's not coming off. So you can definitely see, number one, the shininess difference between these two, but also the fact that this paint on these customs, here's another example here, it is so well protected that it is never going to chip off unless you really go with it with a fingernail or scratch it with another piece of Lego or something. And of course I use that on all my customs. It's cheap, and in the long run, so per custom you're spending about, God, probably a cent. And it's definitely worth it. I would definitely recommend it, and it just makes everything look clean. The first benefit was that it keeps the paint on the custom, which is a huge benefit. But the main reason that I use it now is that it gives it a flawless appearance. It makes messy painting look nice and crisp. So go out and buy some of the stuff, guys, and chuck it on your customs. You will not regret it. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and I really hope this helped you guys out. If you've got any questions about where to buy this stuff, contact me in the comments. If you want to buy any of my customs, like for example these two right here, go to my eBay page, and my custom here pieces are $6 each US for old releases, and about $9 each US for new releases, and $15 for a custom that you request. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and yeah, new videos are coming out weekly now.